Well, hello. Welcome to the Good Morning Sports Set. I'm Vern. And welcome to our daily sports update show. Another big weekend of sports. Yeah, that is our email address on top there. Hi, Ronnie's in the house, Hill's in the house. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated, guys. And once again, I want to thank everybody in green in the chat. And there's so many of you, all members of the channel. Thanks so much, guys, for your support. Much appreciated. But we're going to start the show with a bit of sad news. Mr. Chuck Norris. Yes, this man here, Chuck Norris, has died at the age of 86. Legend. And you might think, why, Vern, why are you doing an actor? Because he wasn't first an actor. He was first a 6-time undefeated world professional middleweight karate champion. The guy was master. He's just not an actor. He can kick your ass as well. And Chuck Norris, and if you were born in the 70s like me, Chuck Norris was everywhere in the 70s and 80s. He was the man, old Chuck. Doing some legendary films with old Bruce Lee. Like we check that out quickly here. Enter the Dragon. There you go, with Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, if he's born in the 70s, also a legend. But never mind that. Chuck Norris, he did Walker Texas Ranger. What else did he do? Did a lot of films, man. Mostly with a bit of martial arts and stuff in it as well. But he was absolutely a legend. Chuck Norris, so our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. And of course, everybody that knew him personally. Chuck Norris, you will be missed, my friend. Legend Chuck Norris, passing away yesterday. Sad news, man. Let's get into it, because life does go on. That is our topics for today. We've got a bit of football, NBA, NHL, sumo, of course, rugby, NCAA men and women. A lot of results there. I'm going to get through that one. Not a savant in the college basketball situation. And then, of course, EuroLeague basketball. So we've got a lot of basketball on the channel today. A lot of basketball, a lot of rugby on the channel, on the show this morning. That is the topics for today. As you can see in the background, sumo is hotting up there. Last 2 days of the sumo. Oof, it's getting tight. It's getting tight. But never mind that. Let's get into it first. And we'll start off with the Premier League. There you go. Just one result. That Wolverhampton-Arsenal game was a long time ago. Man City Palace has been postponed because they do have the I think it's the cup game tonight. Today or tomorrow they do have the cup. The Carabao Cup, I think it is. Must be the Carabao Cup, yeah. We got Bournemouth and Man United last night on the channel live. Victor Darren, I was watching that one. Man United took the lead there with a penalty of Bruno Fernandes. Bournemouth equalised. Man United came back with a header from the Manchester Messi, Harry Maguire, to go 2-1 up, and I thought that was it. It was cruising, but old Harry got a red card. Penalty for Bournemouth. They scored the 2-2, and then Man United still hang on to keep that 2-2. So, draw there for United. Not the best result, but not the worst. You know, we'll take it. But that is your Premier League. Let's check out some other football results going on around around Europe. In Spanish La Liga, Villarreal beat Real Sociedad 3-1. In the German Bundesliga, RB Leipzig beat TSG Hoffenheim 5-0. Then we'll go, in the Mexican League, my Tijuana lost to Necaxa 3-0. That's not good for Tijuana. In the Serie A, we had Calgary losing to Napoli 1-0. Genoa losing to Udinese 2-0. And the French League, Lyon beat Angers 5-1 there. So that's the football around the planet, or around Europe, Mexico. Let's get into the next one. That is Super Rugby. Yes, Super Rugby. There you go. Some results there yesterday. The Hurricanes thrashing the Islanders 50-7. The Brumbies beating the Chiefs 33-24, and the Drua this morning lost to the Reds 6-21. Moana Pacific Crusaders, that should start in about a minute or two time. And later on today, it is still the Waratahs against the Blues. The Western Force have a bye this weekend. So that is your Super Rugby. Get into the URC, because there were some games there last night in the URC as well. I'm just checking out the chat. Then the Bulls absolutely hammering Cardiff there 40-7 at Loftus. Great game there. Vic did that one live. That was amazing, man. The Scarlets beating Zebra 36-17. Good result there for the Scarlets. And Ulster losing to Connaught 19-26. Big victory there for Connaught for their playoff ambitions. So that is your Super Rugby. I'll get to the table tomorrow when all the other games are done today. Big games coming up on the channel. Yes, it is the Lions against Edinburgh. I'll be doing that one. That's around, I think, 1:30 in the afternoon. And then later on, 4 o'clock, Sharks against Munster. That one should be a cracker. Let's see if Vic's Sharks can do something here. I don't think so. Benetton Ospreys, Warriors Leinster. And tomorrow, it is the Stormers against the Dragons live on this channel. I'll be doing that one. 2 o'clock start for the mighty Stormers. That's going to be a good one. Let's get that one out of the way. And then, like you see in the background, the mighty Sumo. Yes, it is day 13 is done. And I'll quickly run through the results there. Gonoyama losing to Atamafuchi. Wakamotohara losing to Daisho. Takanosho beating Takayasu. Kirishima, the leader, beating Oho. Aonishiki beating Kotasakura, the battle of the Osekis. And of course, Hoshoryo beating Kotoshoho. Guys, you want to have a little bit of detailed analysis, you can check out our sumo show. Comes out every evening at 10 o'clock. And don't forget, tomorrow morning live, the last day. I could be all over today already, but I'll do the last day live anyway. That starts, I think, at about 9:30 tomorrow morning. Because if the man Kirishima, if he wins if he wins today, it's done. He's won the tournament. He's got a 2-win lead. So, looking good for old Kirishima there. Oh, there he is, Mr. Kirishima. Then, of course, we've got some sumo. That is the today's top bouts there. Oho against Yoshinofuji. Wakamotohara against Takanosho. Kotosho Atamafuji. Ichi Yamamoto against Takayasu. Aonishiki, the Oseki against Kirishima. He's the man who can make this tournament still interesting, Aonishiki, if he wins. Hoshori against Kotasakura. That is what's coming up today in the sumo. Also today, got a little bit of cricket. Yes, cricket there. The fourth T20 game between New Zealand and South Africa. New Zealand lead that one 2-1. That starts up in about 10 minutes time. So check that out if you can. On Sunday. On Sunday it starts at 7:15. So check that out if you can. Then of course yesterday was EuroLeague basketball. And that's hotting up as well. Fenerbahce beating Milano 79-75. Zalgiris Kaunas beating Madrid 87-85. That was live on the channel last night. That was a thriller. Kaunas, you've got to imagine this 20,000 crazy Lithuanians jumping and shouting the whole time. What an atmosphere there in Kaunas. Absolutely amazing. Fantastic stuff there. And they really powered their team to that victory. Unbelievable. Then Panathinaikos beat Red Star Belgrade 82-74. And Villeurbanne lost at home to Maccabi Tel Aviv 85-89. Let's check out the table quickly there in the EuroLeague because it is hotting up. Everybody from the 6th position, Kaunas to Milano, have still chances of making the playoffs and the play-ins. Playoffs, that means you're already qualified. Play-ins, you have to 6 has to play 10, 8 has to play 9 to qualify for the playoffs. But that's how it looks in the EuroLeague. It's looking good. Super exciting. Some great games coming up there. And there's only about another 6 games to go in this one. So that is your EuroLeague. Now, we're going to go to the NCAA Women's Tournament. And there was March Madness started. So I'm going to get the results up there for everybody. And I'll run quickly through them. We have Texas beating Missouri State 87-45. We have Michigan beating Holy Cross 83-48. We had LSU beating Jacksonville. Holy moly. 116-58. An absolute slaughter there. We had Duke beating Charleston 81-64. TCU beating UC San Diego 86-40. North Carolina beating West Illinois 82-51. Minnesota beating Green Bay 75-58. Maryland beating Murray State 99-67. We had Ole Miss beating Gonzaga 81-66. Baylor beating Nebraska 67-62. We had Washington beating South Dakota, 72-54. We had Oregon beating Virginia Tech 70-60. We had Oklahoma beating Idaho 89-59. Michigan State beating Colorado State 65-62. Tight one there. Then we had NC State beating Tennessee 76-61. And Texas Tech beating Villanova 57-52. That is your women's NCAA. We'll get a bit closer when we get to the Sweet 16 and something like that. We'll go a bit more into detail. But first of all, I have to drink a bit of the white stuff because my throat is already sore after all those results. Good stuff. Then we'll head straight into the men's. And we'll get those out quickly. There you go. Those are the men's one. I'll switch over to the men's. There you go. Let's go. Arizona beating Long Island University 92-58. Iowa State beating Tennessee State 108-74. Virginia beating Wright State 82-73. Alabama beating Hofstra 90-70. Texas Tech beating Akron 91-71. Tennessee beating Miami 78-56. Kentucky beating Santa Clara 89-84. Type on there. Utah State beating Villanova 86-76. Iowa beating Clemson 67-61. We have Florida beating Prairie View A&M 114-55. Holy moly. Queens University losing to Purdue 71-104. UConn beating Furman 82-71. We have Kansas beating California Baptist 68-60. St. John's beating Northern Iowa 79-53. UCLA beating UCF 75-71. And we have Miami beating Missouri 80-66. Get those results out of here. And we'll go straight into the NHL. Only 5 games in the NHL. Hurricanes beat the Maple Leafs there 4-3 in overtime. We have the Devils losing to the Capitals 1-2. We had the Avalanche beating the Blackhawks 4-1. Nekas there with 1 goal, 2 assists there for the Avalanche. We had the Flames beating the Panthers 4-1. And we had the Ducks beating the Mammoth 4-1. A lot of 4-1s today. 4-1s is the result there in the NHL. Let's get those out of the way. And last but not least, let's go to the NBA. There you go. NBA scores. Yes, the Knicks beat the Nets. The battle of New York there. New Jersey. Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn Nets now. The battle of New York. 93-92 there for the Knicks. Towns there with 26 points, 15 rebounds for the Knicks. We had the Warriors losing to the Pistons, 101-115. The Hawks losing to the Rockets, 95-117. You have Kevin Durant there with 25 points and 6 assists for the Rockets. Celtics beating the Grizzlies, 117-112. Jaylen Brown there with 30 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists for the Celtics. The Trailblazers beating the Timberwolves, 108-104. You have Klingen with 21 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. But old Rudy Gobert for the Timberwolves with 18 points and 15 rebounds for the big Frenchman. Last but not least, the Raptors losing to the Nuggets 115-121. Jamal Murray there with 31 points, 6 assists for the Nuggets. That's it. That is the morning show done. We'll go quickly into the chat. Nothing special there. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Always much appreciated, guys. And otherwise, join Vic. The rugby should start soon, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it started already. Let's check that one out. And of course, don't forget, this afternoon it is Lions against Edinburgh. Sharks against Munster. Great rugby day coming up for you. And at 10 o'clock, it is the Sumo recap. So, guys, have a fantastic day. Be safe. Be cool. Be nice. Be nice. And have a great day, man. Bye-bye.